not tolerate violence and acts of lawlessness directed at foreign nationals. No foreign national should be unlawfully barred from accessing public facilities, including health facilities and schools.
South Africa is on edge again. Protests against undocumented immigration has swept through Johannesburg, Pretoria, and Durban this week. Foreign nationals are closing shop. Africa government are issuing travel warning, and Pretoria is pushing back hard against the word xenophobia. I am Christopher Wiles, and this is CE Network. Today we are breaking down what happened in South Africa over the past few days, why it is flaring up now, and what it means for Africa's most industrial economy and for African unity itself. Yeah, it's so sad. Let's start with the facts. Since late April and into early May 2026, a wave of anti-migrant protests have spread across major South African cities. Groups include March on March and Operation Dula have led demonstrations demanding deportation of undocumented individuals. In Johannesburg inner city and Durban, some businesses temporarily closed amid fear of looting and uprising. Videos circulating online showing foreign nationals being confronted and told, "We don't want you here." At least 130 Nigerian has formally requested repatriation assistance as May 4, Ghana facilitate the safe return of one citizen seen being targeted in a viral video. The South African government said there is no credible evidence that any Ghanaians and Nigerian nationals were killed during the recent protests, but admits some foreigners have been victims of ordinary crime. The reaction across continent has been swift. Kenya, Malawi, Lesotho, Zimbabwe, and Zambia has warned their citizens in South Africa to be cautious and remain indoors. Nigeria announced emergency repatriation flight after the death of 2 Nigerians were reported. Ghana went further. It formally asked African Union to debate xenophobia across in Republic of South Africa against African nationals. At the AU Mid-Year Coordination Summit in Cairo later this month, Ghana also called for investigations into possible human rights violations. Mozambique President Daniel Chapo met President Cyril Ramaphosa on Tuesday and called for calm. Pretoria reject the xenophobia label. Presidential spokesman Vincent Magwinya also called such characterization lazy. His message, South Africans are not xenophobic. What you have are pocket of protest which is permitted under our constitutions. Minister in the presidency, Kobozo Shahini said South Africa have the right to protest the spiraling illegal immigration challenge, but violence is unacceptable, and law enforcement must act. The Department of International Relations called Ghana escalation to the AU regrettable, saying government act swiftly to condemn confrontation and direct police to guarantee safety. President Ramaphosa himself during Freedom Day on April 27 condemned citizens who took the law into their own hands. He reminds South Africans we did not walk alone in freedom. We were carried by the ties of solidarity from the National of Africa. So what drives this? Three factors keep coming up. 1. Economic. Unemployment in South Africa over 30%, and this proportionately affect the black population. Protest groups argue illegal immigrants are overwhelming the country job market, education system, and healthcare service. 2. Immigration policy. South Africa holds more than 3 million immigration. The government said it deported 500,000 people since April 2023, and it strengthened border control through the Border Management Agency. 3. Policy and misinformation. Analysts say that mobilization intensified during period of economic strain. Shahini warned that small or minor issues are used to mobilize uprising. South Africa also cautioned against fake video and deceiving narratives circulating on social media. This is fueled. Xenophobia attacks in South Africa have flared periodically since the end of apartheid. More than 60 people were killed in anti-foreigner violence in 2008, with further attack in 2015 and 2019. What different this time in the diplomatic fallout? For the first time, our country, Ghana, has formally asked the AU to intervene, and the timing matter. The African Continental Free Trade Area is trying to boost intra-Africa movement. If Africans does not feel safe in Africa's biggest economy, that project take a hit. Let's be clear about the position. The protesters say undocumented migration is out of control. Public services are strained. Jobs are scarce. Government isn't enforcing immigration law. Groups like March and March are demanding tighter visa rules, action against business unemployment, undocumented foreign nation, and limit our service of undocumented migrant. The government and crisis and critics say protest is legal, violence isn't. Blaming entire nationalists and is dangerous. Migrant rights groups say foreigners are being scapegoated for economic problems. And as Ramaphosa notes, South African owe its freedom to African solidarity. Other African governments say protest our citizens. Ghana want AU monitor mechanism and a fact-finding mission. Nigeria want Pretoria to do more to quell the threat. So where does this leave us? In the past few days, South Africa has been protesting, diplomatic warning, and a fierce debate over one word, xenophobia. The government said this is about legal immigration and crime, not aid for foreigners. Other African nations say that their citizens are being targeted. The truth will depend on what happens next, on whether law enforcement protect everyone, whether protests stay peaceful, and whether leaders cool tension intended for inflaming them. Because Africa unity isn't just a slogan for AU summit, it's tests in the street of Johannesburg and Durban. What do you think is this xenophobia or legitimate frustration over immigration policy? Let me know in the comments. If you want more content on the story, Shaping Africa and the World, like and subscribe. I am Christopher Wise and this is CE Network. See you next time. Goodbye.
South Africans inherently are not against people from other nations. We are one people. We have always been one people. And of course, we've got to also pay heed to the security of those from other countries who are in South Africa, but also pay heed to the concerns that are being raised by South Africans. President Chapwe and myself discussed this matter, and we agreed that we should work together. It's not only one country that is affected, and all countries that have foreign nationals in South Africa